We are your local election headquarters, and the issue of abortion access in Arkansas is behind the latest shakeup in the upcoming election. Last night, the state Supreme Court filed an order giving a proposed amendment to expand abortion access another chance at being considered. Neil Zarang is live from the Arkansas Supreme Court now. And Neil, a lot of what determines what happens next is actually happening now across town.
Yeah, it's happening over at the state capitol, and the Secretary of State, John Thurston, is having to count a lot of ballot initiatives, but the most urgent are due Monday. The ballot initiatives from this court order last night, the Arkansas State Supreme Court ordered his office to count signatures gathered by volunteers for the proposed abortion amendment ballot initiative by 9 a.m. Monday. Over 90,000 valid signatures are necessary to meet the threshold. Thurston's office and Arkansas For Limited Government, who is behind the proposed amendment, have been debating how many signatures count shortly after they were turned in on July 5th. That was the deadline, and a little over 100,000 were submitted. But Thurston rejected more than 14,000 because he said they came from paid canvassers, saying the advocacy group had not turned in the legally required paperwork alongside the signature submissions, even though they say they were turned in and what was requested the very next day. The Secretary of State rejected that too, and the group sued to override the decision, which leads us to today.
We do feel that this Supreme Court decision is upholding Arkansas law and Arkansas Constitution, and I think more importantly, it's upholding the will of the 101,000 people that have signed this petition. You know, we're especially grateful to the volunteers, and like their hard work has now been sort of verified by the Supreme Court, which is really exciting.
It depends on
Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin is representing the state in court today. We received a statement which says, "I am pleased with the Arkansas Supreme Court's narrow order. AFLG failed to meet all legal requirements to have the signatures collected by paid canvassers counted, a failure for which they only have themselves to blame." We called the Secretary of State's office, which simply said the Secretary of State's office has seen the Arkansas Supreme Court's order and will comply with that directive. Another part of the order, which was particularly interesting, a minority, 3 of the 7 Arkansas Supreme Court justices, wanted to also give the advocates a 30-day cure period to try to acquire the signatures they would need to get on the ballot. But since it was 3 out of the 7 justices, that was not part of the order. But we'll have to see if Monday, whenever they get that count, if it does sway any of the justices toward that decision. Reporting live in Little Rock, Neil Zarang, back to you, KHM.